Hey everyone, Alex Bennett here at the PGA Tour Performance Center at TPC Sawgrass. Today I'm going to take you through 3 moves that are really going to help you with internal hip rotation. So what is internal hip rotation when we talk about the golf swing? So what we see I've done thousands of assessments here at the PGA Tour Performance Center, and what I see, this is one of the most common things that's failed in the assessment is internal hip rotation. And people are always like, well, what is internal rotation important? Why is that important? So in the golf swing, if we're able to keep this quad stable and really use our instep, our big toe, we're going to really have an efficient load, but we're also going to have an efficient transfer of weight to that lead side. But what we see with a lot of amateurs is this foot will get rolled, we'll lose that big toe engagement, and this hip will just spin. So we're kind of like compensating for that lack of internal hip rotation. When we have good glutes, we have good internal hip rotation, we're going to keep that big toe down, we're going to keep that instep engaged, we're going to be able to load into this hip, we're going to see that crease in the pants, we're going to get a good load, and then we're going to be able to transfer weight through and actually create space coming through impact. Now what happens is when we don't have good internal hip rotation through that lead side is we see maybe the player can load properly into this trail hip, but when they come through, they kind of hit that block, and then they just get that early hip extension where their hips are just coming in towards the ball. We call it humping the shaft, for a lack of a better term. But when a player has no internal hip rotation through that lead side or limited, it's very tough for that player to turn back and around and actually create space coming through impact. So it's something that is very important for players that struggle with consistent ball striking as far as hitting the center of the face, or they're looking to create more speed. You're definitely going to lose a lot of speed if you've got early hip extension. We're not going to get good rotation. We're not going to be able to cover the ball. It's going to be tough hitting a fade. A lot of players that have early hip extension that hit a fade, it's just a block fade, which that's no fun. So I'm going to take you through 3 moves that are going to kind of tie in that adductor, tie in the big toe, tie in the instep, tie in the glute, because all those things are important. The goal is not to have to think about it on the range or on the course, right? We want to train it in the gym, train our muscles in the gym to fire, to work, maybe do this pre-round before you go hit balls. So these things are activated, ready to go, and then just go hit. Hopefully it translates, you get some good feels, you learn how to use the ground a little bit better. I don't want you going to the range going, oh, I gotta squeeze my leg in, turn, because it's just gonna be robotic, it's not gonna be natural. I tell all my players, I want to train it in the gym, train it over a period of time so it becomes more natural on the course. If you're a member of the site, before you go through these 3 moves, make sure you're going through our foundational prep routine or essential warm-up. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoy this video. Shoot me any suggestions. I'm looking for more topics as well. So I appreciate it for all those who have followed and shot me some topics. Keep them coming. Hope you enjoy the video. So this first move, we're just doing an RDL with a little cue for our adductor. So we're just gonna put this leg in here. We're gonna put it right up here against the quad. We're gonna step out so we get a decent amount of tension. We're not trying to break any records by going too far here. So you're just gonna get this knee right in line with that big toe. So we're keeping that adductor engaged. We're keeping the big toe engaged. And we're just going down and then up. You're gonna feel that foot, see how it really wants to wiggle off, but you got to keep the adductor. You're going to feel this glute light up. You're going to keep pressing down with that big toe, and you might lose a little balance just like I did there, but that's okay. That's why we're doing it, to get better. And we're just going to go through 8 reps, and we're going to do 3 sets. And you don't need heavy weight for this to be beneficial. We're going to feel a lot of adductor. We're going to obviously feel a hamstring working. Feel the outside of this left glute. Good. And then as always, we're going to switch sides. So even if you feel like one side's already really good with your internal hip rotation, or you don't feel as much burn, doesn't matter. We're going to keep it balanced. We're going to do both sides. All right, so we're going to use that band again, but this time we're just going to be in a golf posture, or I'm going to show you 2 variations actually. But the first one, we're just going to be in a golf posture, and you'll see this is kind of pulling the knee out. We want to just engage, and then we're going to rotate into that, and then extend, just like that. You're going to feel a lot of core, especially the more you keep this adductor engaged. This is my left leg that's in the band, so my left big toe is down. And we're just pushing out, just gaining some width. But it's definitely going to be a sneaky core burner. You're also going to feel that adductor working. You might even feel some of that lead glute, that outside of the lead glute. And then a good variation also is to get into the step. But what we don't want is that we're just leaning this way to keep this band here. We want to get this foot back, get neutral. Might step out just a tad bit, make it tougher. Get that knee over the big toe, stay engaged with the big toe, and turn and rotate. Good. And then as always, we're going to flip around. We're going to do both sides. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 of this one here. All right, so this one here, we're going to use this foam roller as a cue. So we're going to put it up against a wall, whatever you kind of find to stay stable, stay flat. We're going to get that foot about 3 inches outside of this, and then we're just going to bring that knee in so that we're engaged. We're pushing this up against the wall. We're not leaning into it. That's important. Stay centered and just push that knee in. You're going to feel that adductor, feel that groin. You're going to feel this glute, especially as we rotate into it and push. And we want to feel like that big toe is just gripping the ground and we're staying internally rotated. We're going to feel core. Rotate that chest first and then push this weight out. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 here too. And as always, we're going to do both sides. And once again, you're probably going to feel a good core workout here as well. And I like this foam roller because if you lose engagement, you lose the instep, that foam roller is going to fall. So I really like having that cue there because it's an instant, like, oh, I lost my instep, I fatigued, my knee went out, whatever it may be. So give that one a try as well. I appreciate you guys watching. So obviously that wasn't your typical increase internal hip rotation range video, right? It wasn't a lot of static movement. It wasn't a lot of mobility work. But what we're trying to do here is teach and develop the proper muscles that need to fire to allow us to have more internal hip rotation. It's going to be tough to take more internal hip rotation to your sport when you're just doing stuff from the ground all day, right? A lot of things I believe in as far as fitness goes and mobility is let's teach the proper muscles. Let's make sure we have the right stability. Let's make sure those muscles don't fatigue too fast. And then let's see what the range of motion looks like after we teach the muscles around that joint to work properly and make sure everything actually knows how to fire, right? A lot of times I see people do mobility work, and they're like, I don't really feel like I'm getting any better. Maybe it's gotten a hair better, but I'm not really using it any better in my sport. It's because those muscles that have caused maybe the lack of mobility or whatever still don't know how to fire. And there's no strength there, there's no stability there. I find a lot of times people that struggle with mobility is actually because of the result of a stability issue. So I'm a big fan of working those muscles around that joint issue, making sure everything knows how to fire, making sure there's stability there before we just go into hammering mobility work. I just haven't had much success with it personally. Maybe other people have, maybe they know something I don't. I'm not gonna act like I know everything. But I've had a lot of success this way, and I'm definitely going to keep going down this road. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're interested in becoming a member of my site, please let me know. As soon as you become a member, I shoot you an email with a questionnaire, and we kind of develop what type of program would be best for you right off the bat. Hope you guys enjoyed the video again. Thanks again. Happy New Year, everybody.